So you're thinking about moving to Santa Fe and you want to know how much does it actually cost to live here? Not the vague, it's expensive answer you'll get from a Google search. I'm talking real numbers: rent, groceries, utilities, a margarita on a Friday night, all of it. I'm going to break it all down for you in this video, and some of these numbers are going to surprise you. A few of them surprise me, and I live here. Hi, I'm Maya Hiersoux with Sothebys International Realty here in Santa Fe, New Mexico. If this is your first time on this channel, welcome. I make videos about what it's actually like to live, work, eat, and play in Santa Fe so that when you're ready to make the move, you already feel like a local. If that sounds like your vibe, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so that you don't miss the next one. I originally did a cost of living video back in 2023, and it has been one of my most watched videos, which tells me this is exactly the kind of information you're looking for. So I went back, pulled fresh data for 2026, and honestly, a lot has changed. Some things got more expensive, some things got cheaper, and I've added a bunch of new categories this time around that people have been asking me about. Co-working spaces, wellness, pet care, childcare, and even assisted living. Because Santa Fe attracts people in every chapter of life, and I want this to be useful no matter where you are in yours. I also just published a full written guide on my blog at mayahomesnm.com with all of these numbers if you want to reference it later. I'll drop the link in the description. All right, let's get into it. Santa Fe's cost of living index is 112. That means living here is about 12% more expensive than the national average. Now, before you panic, context matters. If you're relocating from New York, LA, San Francisco, Denver, even Austin at this point, Santa Fe is going to feel like a bargain. Seriously. I moved here from the Bay Area and my jaw dropped at what my dollar could actually get me. Here's the quick snapshot. A single person can expect to spend about $2,563 per month to live here. A family of four is looking at roughly $5,643 per month. The living wage in Santa Fe is $15.40 an hour as of March 2026. And the income you'd need to live comfortably as a single person is around $72,000 a year. For a household of four, that number is closer to $108,000. Those numbers are real, but they're also averages. Your actual cost depends on your lifestyle, where you live in the city, and whether you're renting or buying. Which brings us to the big one. Housing. Housing is where you're going to feel that 20% premium the most. It's the single biggest line item in your budget. So let's break it down into two parts. Buying a home. The median home price in the city of Santa Fe is $614,000. That's the Q4 2025 number from the Santa Fe Association of Realtors, which is the gold standard for local market data. That's up about 3% year over year from quarter 4 2024, when the median was $595,300. So what does that tell you? Prices are holding steady with modest appreciation, not runaway growth, and not a correction. If you've been watching the headlines wondering whether to wait, this market is telling you it's stable. And here's what's different from a few years ago. The frenzy's over. Homes are sitting on the market longer. Inventory has increased, and buyers have more room to negotiate than they've had since 2020. That's a big deal. Now, property taxes. I know you're wondering. Santa Fe County's effective tax rate is only about 0.5%. The median annual property tax bill is around $2,055. If you're coming from California, New Jersey, Texas, you're going to love that number. Renting. The good news for renters, rents in Santa Fe have actually decreased about 2.3% over the past year. A one-bedroom runs about $1,025 to about $1,900 a month. A two-bedroom is in the $1,983 to $2,300 range. The average rent across all apartment types is about $1,821. The majority of available rentals fall in that $1,500 to $2,000 range, which is very reasonable for the quality of life you're getting here. Section 3, utilities, the pleasant surprise. This is the one that catches people off guard in the best way. Santa Fe sits at 7,000 feet. It's dry. The shoulder seasons are mild, and you're not running your AC from April through October the way you would in Dallas or Phoenix, and that makes a real difference in your utility bill. Electricity averages about $100 to $130 a month. Natural gas is seasonal, anywhere from $20 to $90 depending on the time of year. Water and sewer run about $50 to $80. Trash is around $25 to $35. All in, your average monthly utility total is about $227. If you're mindful about usage, you can keep it under $200. Either way, it's not a budget buster. Internet runs about $65 a month for a solid mid-tier plan, with options ranging from $20 to $120 depending on speed. And a mobile phone plan with calls and 10 plus gigs of data is about $45. Section 4, groceries and dining out. Groceries here are close to, and in some cases, slightly below the national average, which surprises a lot of people. Monthly groceries for one person average about $225. For a family of 4, you're looking at roughly $900 a month. Quick grocery snapshot. A gallon of milk is about $4. A dozen eggs about $4.50. A pound of ground beef around $4.75. And if you want fresh and local, the Santa Fe Farmers Market at the Rail Yard runs year-round on Saturdays. You can fill a beautiful produce basket for about $30 to $50. Now dining out. This is where Santa Fe punches way above its weight. We're talking James Beard nominees, world-class New Mexican cuisine, and a food culture that has no business being this good for a city our size. A casual meal is about $19. A mid-range dinner for 2. 3 courses, no alcohol, is around $90. A McMeal or equivalent fast food combo is about $10.50. And a green chili cheeseburger, the unofficial state dish, will run you $13 to $18, and it's worth every cent. Drinks. A domestic pint is about $6. Imported beer is about $8. A glass of wine is $10 to $22. And a margarita on the Margarita Trail, yes, we have an actual Margarita Trail, is about $15 to $16. Happy hour drops prices to the $5 to $14 range. All right, coffee lovers. A regular cup is about $3 to $4.50. A cappuccino is around $5.25. And an espresso about $3.75. Now let's jump to transportation. Santa Fe San Francisco is a driving city. I'm just going to be honest with you. Public transit exists. A monthly bus pass is $20, but most people here rely on a car. Gas is running about $3.84 a gallon for regular and $3.90 for diesel right now. And auto insurance averages about $130 a month. And I have to bring this up again because it was true in 2023 and it's still true in 2026. Get uninsured motorist coverage. The drivers here are, let's say, creative with stop signs and red lights. I'm not joking. Count to 2 on a green before you go. You'll thank me. On the plus side, the Santa Fe Trails bus system is very affordable and a lot of people ride for free. Anyone under 18, veterans, active military, and rail runner passengers. They also have half-fare programs for seniors and people with disabilities. And the Rail Runner Express connects Santa Fe to Albuquerque, which is great for catching cheaper flights out of Sunport. Our local airport is only about 15 minutes from downtown, though, and after a long travel day, that short ride home is a luxury in and of itself. Let's talk taxes, quick and painless, I promise. New Mexico's state and local taxes are actually lower than the national average overall. Personal income tax ranges from 1.7% to 4.9% depending on your bracket. Combined sales tax in Santa Fe is 8.19%. That's state at 4.88%, county at 0%, and city at 3.31%. And as I mentioned, property taxes are very low at about 0.5%. If you're coming from a high tax state, this is going to be a welcome change. All right, now let's talk wellness and lifestyle. This is a new section because let's be real, a lot of people move to Santa Fe for the lifestyle. This is a wellness town. Yoga, therapy, clean air, wide open skies. A drop-in yoga class is about $16. An unlimited monthly yoga pass runs about $125. A private paid therapy session is about $130. Gym memberships range from $15 a month at Planet Fitness all the way up to $70 for a mid-range gym or $58 at Santa Fe Spa for a full-service club. Childcare, co-working, and pet care. A few more categories people have been asking me about. Childcare. A full day private preschool or kindergarten program runs about $1,400 a month. That's competitive with, and in many cases cheaper than what you'd pay in most metro areas. Co-working. Santa Fe has a growing remote work community. A day pass at a spot like Cofe is about $25. An open seat monthly is $195, and a dedicated desk is $295 to $310. And private offices range from $475 to $1350 a month. Pet care, because yes, you're bringing the dog. A grooming session runs about $50 to $100 for dogs, $75 to $100 for cats, and a routine vet visit is about $55 to $85. Okay, let's talk fun stuff, because what's the point of living somewhere beautiful if you can't enjoy it? A movie ticket at Sky Cinema is about $17 for adults, $13 for kids. Meow Wolf general admission is $42, but once you're a New Mexico resident, it drops to $27. Pro tip, you'll need to show an ID for it with a local address. The Santa Fe Opera, our world-renowned outdoor venue, ranges from $54 for mezzanine seats up to $339 on the main floor for the 2026 season. And Ski Santa Fe, which is only 30 minutes from town, is $99 on weekdays and $109 on weekends. Okay, let's talk assisted living. I'm including this because Santa Fe is a destination for every stage of life, and I get calls about this more than you'd expect. The average monthly cost for assisted living in Santa Fe area is about $5,738, with a range of roughly $3,995 to about $6,830, depending on the facility and level of care. Compared to the national average, and especially compared to coastal markets, that's quite reasonable. So is Santa Fe expensive? Yes, a little. That 12% above the national average is real, and housing is where you'll feel it most. But utilities, groceries, and transportation are all very reasonable. Taxes are low, and what you get in return, the culture, the landscape, the pace of life, the art, the food, the sky, is genuinely hard to put a price on. Most people who move to Santa Fe don't leave. That says something. I wrote a full blog post with all of these numbers, charts, and links so you can bookmark it and come back to it whenever you need. That link is in the description below. And if you're seriously thinking about making the move, whether you're relocating from the coast or just considering a change, I would love to help you find the right home at the right price. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, days, nights, weekends. I've got your back when it comes to moving to Santa Fe. Until next time, walk in beauty.